120 yards long and 53.5 yards wide. At each end of the field and 100 yards apart are the goal lines. And the additional 10 yards at each end is the end zone. The field is divided up every 5 yards by a yard line. The middle yard line marker is called the 50-yard line. In parallel to the sidelines are rows of hash marks. The football is always placed on or between the hash marks at the start of each play. This ensures that the teams have space to line up on both sides of the football. The position of the football that defines the sides of the ball is called the line of scrimmage. There are also goalposts at the back of each of the end zones. One way to score is to kick the football through the goalpost. The ball must go between the uprights and over the crossbar. If any of a player with the football touches outside of the sidelines or the end zone, is considered out of bounds. The rules of football allow each team to have 11 players on the field at a time. Teams may substitute players between plays with no restrictions. Each team must start a play on their side of the ball. The defensive players may take any position they want and can move about their side of the football prior to the play without restriction. Although there are certain defensive positions that have become common over time, there are no specific rules defining defensive positions or roles. The offensive players, however, have several rules that define their position and role that they take in their offense. 7 offensive players must be lined up on the line of scrimmage. The other 4 players must be lined up at least 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. All of the offensive football players must be set or still prior to the play beginning, with the exception of one of the 4 backs, which may be moving parallel or away from the line of scrimmage. Further rules say that only the 4 backs and the players at each end of the line of scrimmage may catch or a pass or run the football. Scoring. The offensive team can lose possession of the football by scoring, not getting 10 yards and 4 downs, fumbling or dropping the football and the defensive team recovering it, throwing the football to a defensive player for an interception, punting or kicking the football to the defensive team, missing a field goal, or getting tackled in the end zone for a safety. Different football penalties include false start when a football player on the offensive line moves just prior to a snap. This is a 5-yard penalty. Offsides, if a player on the offense or defense is on the wrong side of the line of scrimmage at the time of the snap, a defensive player can cross the line of scrimmage as long as they get back before the snap. But if they touch the offensive player, they can be called for punishment. When a player grabs a football player without the ball with the hands or hooks him or tackles him, it's holding. Pass interference is when a defender contacts the pass receiver after the ball is in the air to prevent him from catching the ball. Face mask is to protect the football players. It is illegal to grab another player's face mask. Roughing the passer is to protect the kickers and quarterbacks, who are very vulnerable when they're passing or kicking the ball. Players are not allowed to run up to them after the ball has been thrown or kicked. Intentional grounding, when the player throws a pass nowhere near an eligible receiver, strictly to avoid being sacked. An eligible receiver downfield, when one of the offensive players that is not an eligible receiver is more than 5 yards downfield past the line of scrimmage during a fielded pass.
In Canton, Ohio, that's right. It was originally created by Jim Throat, George Hollis, and also Ralph Bay. Next, the oldest teams in the league have always been the Chicago Bears, the Arizona Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers, and the New York Giants. One of the last points that we have here is it was intended originally for any person to watch the sport, so it would be fantastic. And then finally, the first official championship game was actually in 1933.
Tackling the ball in football, you're basically taking the ball from the keeping position and just throwing it to your receiver down the field for completion.
He's so bad!
And the quarterback hands the ball to the running back, and the running back runs. That's a handoff. Oh!
toe touch on the sideline.
Blitz again. Wallace gets it away. The pass is caught by Javid Best. Again, they go underneath. They can't get the flag for bunting. And finally,
He's actually known as the dip king, and he kind of does a little bit of a dip spin combo right there, and then a little bit of a flag drip, and that's we talked about that, Bob.
Brissett works the seam, and they get the flag pulled.
Myers does a good job of just replacing them. And we see almost a missed flag there results into a touchdown, but that flag pull is a big, big deal. Gotta capitalize here.
They don't blitz. And the pass knocked away. Nearly a 4-second violation. Charles James.
And then they're gonna have a stop route to get some free access throws. There it is, the job at best right there.
Spins away from the flag pull, and finally, figures out the throws. Wallace. Avant.
He's going to come all the way across the field with his eyes to make him think he's crossing the field, and then he returns back where he came from. It's a really nice job looking to get that defender to cross over, and he goes back up where he came from. Beautiful route by Jason Avant.
Thinking the blitz is coming to the back of the end zone, and the pass incomplete, intended for Jacoby Jones.
Godspeed's going to try to take Avant up here, put him to the pylon, and get Jacoby back there almost like another pick. Watch both of these defenders trade off responsibilities. They play zone like an in-and-out combo. Look at those defenders trade off responsibility and put our eyes on this defender doing a beautiful job of getting depth. And that forces Seneca to make almost an impossibly perfect throw. Situationally great. Remember a couple weeks ago scoring right before the half.
Nifty move there by Jason Brown in the second half. Who's going to run with it? Look at the move by Hoosh, throws the lateral, and Carmouche is in.
This is a ridiculous move right here. Oh, I mean, that's hitting a guy who played him a long time in the NFL for set off his balance. And Carmouche hanging out there for the lateral.
And they get the conversion. There's Carmouche.
3rd and 25 here. Having to get this first down. This is coming off the throw up.
The handoff. It's his run. Catch me if you can.
He's the best player on the field. He can't be stopped right now.
Davis gives it to Hoosh. Hoosh for the touchdown to Brandon McCray.